beautiful souls. Happy May. This is one of my most favorite months of the whole year because, well, it's spring and it's getting warmer and more consistent, nice weather most of the time. And of course, depending on where you live. And this reading is really kind of northern hemisphere stuff, honestly, because the energy is a bit different for those of you that are in the southern hemisphere. Because you're not in spring, your weather is different, the energy is different, and I don't always feel like a really clear difference, but for May this year, anyways, I'm definitely feeling a bit of a difference there in the energy, which is quite interesting, when you think about it. Excuse me. So today's reading is for May 2021. Though, if you stumble on this at a different time and you want to watch it and it resonates with you, there may be, or you just start watching it, there may be something here that is important for you, some kind of message that's coming forward that is for you. Maybe not the whole thing, but bits and pieces of it. So if you are new here, welcome. My name is Lilantia. I'm a psychic realm channeler and energy healer. And I do specialize in working with the magical realms. I work with dragons, unicorns, mermaids, fairies, all of the different magical beings. I work with ascended masters. Sometimes I work with angels. I work with galactic beings. But everything is all about that, a few different things, that connection to your most authentic self, who you really truly are, and bring that forward, and your gifts and abilities, and to live on purpose, and also to create the new earth. And I work very closely with the different elementals and different magical beings as we create this new earth on earth. So this reading is really to just help you get some understanding of the energy, what energy that you may need to be aware of, ways that you can just work with the energy. Now, this reading is a combination of, it's mostly me channeling. I did look up the moon cycles and got an idea of the energy for the moons, specifically the new moon and the full moon. And I pulled just 2 tarot cards, which I will get to kind of at the end of the reading. So this is more focused on what I have channeled and just looking into the energy myself. So every month, it seems like my readings look slightly different. And so, yeah, hopefully this resonates with you. As always, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I will say that May is definitely feeling very spring-like. The energy that was coming forward is like celebratory energy and play and movement, and really, even if you can't get outside, having movement even within your home. That typical kind of springtime stuff we think of, clearing out the energy in our homes. If you haven't already done that recently, definitely make sure that you do that now, just because, that spring cleaning, it helps the energy so much. Connecting in nature came forward as really, really important. I think that that's kind of a given. We should do that every month, but May is a month that's really supporting that because that's this spring, this fresh new energy. And also the energy of finding flow. And once again, this is kind of one of those things I think we should always be, finding that place of flow. But what I'm getting is that you're going to find that place of flow when you allow yourself time to play, when you allow yourself time to be in nature, go for walks, have movement. All of that is going to help you come to a place of flow within your life. So they told me that it's important to look at what uplifts your spirit, what brings you joy, what just makes you happy. And so this can be, you may want to put flowers in your house or buy flowers for your yard or patio or whatever. You may want to make a fairy garden, also a good idea. Maybe it's walks in nature or doing art, but it's important to focus on things that really uplift your spirit and bring you joy, because we want to really be focusing on that spot of that creation from that place of joy. Definitely a heart chakra month. Not that that's the only energy of the month, but our heart chakra definitely is the chakra that's standing out to me the most. I would say that we are kind of consistently really working on our solar plexus and the energy of sovereignty. and, you know, being more grounded here in the present moment with our root chakra. But our heart chakra is really showing up for me for the month of May, and our communication, interaction with others, not necessarily communication like speaking, but our interaction with others. And that, yes, speaking and communicating with them is an important part of it, but that opening ourselves up to new experiences with other people and meeting new people, excuse me, being a part of community, that is a really important part of the energy for May, is community. And I have said it a million times, the energy of 2021 is community. Like, that is a major theme for 2021. So if you do not have a community where you feel safe and you feel accepted and you feel loved, whether it's in your physical world or if it's online, it's definitely the time to find that. I will insert here that I do have a group called Sorceress's Circle. It's on Facebook. It's free to join. That is a community where you can be your authentic self and you can share all of you, as weird, what is that anyway, as you may feel you are or believe you are, whatever. So you can find that link below. So we have a new moon in Taurus on the 11th of May. And this energy is really, really good. For one, it's opening up this energy, you could call it even a portal of abundance. Abundance is a major energy that is coming forward. And I love that it's on the 11th because we have that energy of 11. So a portal opens, so your intentions are important. Anytime there's a new moon, you want to set intentions anyways, but what are your intentions for this new moon, and what are you going to call in for this new moon? And setting those intentions for what you are calling in is so important. So what are you calling in for this new moon? And even if it's before the new moon, like, you can start getting into that energy. Another key energy that is showing up for this new moon is your self-worth and knowing that you are worthy and deserving of receiving. So looking at that, especially leading up to the new moon, if you're watching this before, hopefully you are, then you can start digging into that self-worth stuff so that on the new moon, you can check it one more time and then know that you are worthy and you are deserving and you are going to receive. You are receiving. And being that energy of already having it so that you can feel it and be excited about it. And in that, you will attract it to you. Okay, well, let me turn the page of my notes. I'm going to take a quick drink here. Talking super fast. Okay, so guess what, guys? I know, we just went through a super full moon and it was super intense. Well, May has another one. It is the super full moon eclipse in Sagittarius on the 26th, I think. Shoot, I didn't write that one down. Let me double check the date. May. Here I am skipping. Okay, so it's the 26th. I was right. Write down the 26th. Okay, so with this full moon and eclipse, there is some confused energy that is coming in. I kind of sense like a bit of chaos even. So it's going to be really important to really clear up stuff regarding money and relationships. For some reason, money and relationships was kind of the main energies that were showing up for me. Like, yeah, looking at the energy, but anything in your life that is kind of unfocused, it's going to be really important to focus. Focus is a main energy that I'm getting for May, is focus on what you are bringing in and really don't let the chaos affect you too much. Now, guess what? We're going to be shedding another layer of skin, another layer of who we thought we were, and we're going to be stepping more into who we really truly are. Because with this super moon energy, it's more potent, it's more powerful. Now, I know for this last full moon that we had, like that was a rebirth energy. For me personally, definitely birthing a new me. That's how exactly how it felt, that I was literally giving birth to a new me. Well, guess what? We have that energy coming up again. Now, we all are at different points in our journey. We're all doing different things. We're all healing in different ways, releasing old patterns in different ways. So it's going to look different for each person. For some, it's going to be more intense than others. For some of you, you may have just done like a rebirth and it may not be quite as much for you. And some of you maybe didn't finish or wasn't able to really let go. And so for this full moon on the 26th, it's going to be really important to make sure that you're looking at what is no longer in alignment. What are you really truly ready to let go of, and do the rebirth? You know, if you can, do the rebirth and just let go of those old stories, those old fears and layers of yourself that just doesn't really serve you anymore, especially as you step more into the energy of the new earth. So make sure that you look at what in your life is ready to go, that just really is not working for you anymore. Okay, so that's kind of, I feel like, a condensed version of it. Definitely go and check out astrologers' readings, and you can take that much deeper. I'm not an astrologer. I'm just taking a measure of the energy myself. So I don't know all of the other things that are happening, but what I do get from the super full moon eclipse in Sagittarius is that there's a lot of stuff going on, and it's not just the super full moon. There's some other stuff going on astrologically. I just don't know what it all is. So May, it is really important to be nurturing the love within you, which will extend into your outer world. So nurturing that love that you have for yourself. I actually recently did a post about this last night, actually, I think before recording this, that was all about, you know, a year ago I'd said that I want to be loved and cherished, and immediately my inner voice said, love and cherish yourself. And when you love and cherish yourself, then you just attract what is for you. You attract, you know, those who will love and cherish you, you know, whether that's friendships or relationships or whatever. So for me, I keep remembering that because it was like a very powerful moment for myself, which seems now like duh, of course, but at that time it was like, oh yeah, I do need to love and cherish myself. So when you're looking for that love outside of you, remember to bring that back inwards and be like, you know what, this is, if I want to receive this from somebody else, I need to receive this from myself. If you're really wanting your family or your friends or a partner, or you're wanting to attract a partner, then, and you want that love from others, you need to feel that and believe that within you. You need to know that you are worth it, and you need to believe, like, you need to believe in yourself. You need to love yourself. So that is an energy that is showing up really strong for me when I read the energy of the month. Okay, so just know that that love within you is going to extend into your outer world. Okay, so the cards. I just pulled 2 cards, like I said. I used the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. This is what the cover looks like. This is the guidebook, but the box looks like this too. It's a pretty big box, so I'm not gonna grab that. Okay, so the first card that came up was 8 of Cups. And I just kind of had to laugh because it seems so perfect. So with the full moon in April, it gave us this opportunity for shedding the old. Okay, so the beginning of May, we're still kind of like in that wonky energy, a little bit of that intense full moon. But this card is showing that that emotional roller coaster, that intensity that we were experiencing from that full moon is lifting. So this is that time to really focus on new opportunities and excitement. And I see this as focus. So we see this path in front of him. And as long as you focus on this is what I'm creating for myself, and you go for it and you trust in it and you believe in it, then you're going to achieve it. Okay, so that focus is really, really important here. Okay. I was just checking my notes to see if there's anything else. So I found this really funny because, first of all, I kind of wanted to know what the energy felt like for the beginning of the month and the second half of the month. So the first half, the second half. And I had thought about just pulling one card, but the first half of the month and the second half of the month have very different energies oftentimes because of the moon cycles that we're going through. So I found it really interesting that the second card for the second half of the month is 7 of Cups. So we have 8 of Cups first and then 7 of Cups. And look at how similar they look. And this deck is as the cards do not all look like this. In fact, I've never pulled one that looked like this. That was just someone, in like all in black. So this was very interesting for me. Now, when I look at this, like I just really think of abundance, and because look at those cups are full. But really what came up is this focus on our goals. So once again, focus came up again, and we got that for when I channeled on the super full moon eclipse, that importance of focus to keep the chaotic, confused energy kind of at bay. We need to have clear intentions and goals and focus on what we are creating, right? So this is focus on goals, making clear decisions. And with the full moon energy, that's just really, really works together. I do see this as a positive card. I just noticed there's a starfish there. And starfish for me has its own symbolism and meaning. For me personally, it's a personal thing and not necessarily for others, but I just noticed that. And so for me, that really shows that what you are manifesting, what you are creating for yourself, the things that you may have set intentions for a year, 2 years, even longer ago, they're starting to come to fruition. They're starting to show up in your life. So to me, this is showing that the second half of the month may bring you something that maybe you forgot you set the intention that you wanted, or maybe you kind of started to lose faith on it. So what's important is to make sure that you didn't lose the faith on what you are creating for yourself and what you want, that you believe in it. And if you don't believe in it, then with the super full moon, you need to release that lack of belief and begin to believe again. So look at that a little bit, see what shows up for you personally. And all of those cups, like, look at, there's so much available and within reach. And it's just like focusing on all of those things that you are calling into your life, and they will come in. We also have what I kind of see as waves, even though she's, well, maybe because there's a starfish, so she might be standing in the sand and these waves are around. And with that, I get emotions. So remember that we manifest with our emotions, and from this heightened state of just feeling really deeply what we are creating for ourselves. So that might be a reminder for some of you as well. Remember that focus on the heart space, opening your heart, connecting with others. I'm getting even like stepping outside of your comfort zone to connect with others. So I don't know, maybe it's reaching out to somebody who you really like their Facebook posts, and you say, hey, I really like your Facebook posts, and ask them some questions or tell them a little about yourself. And pushing that comfort zone and connecting with other people is important this month. And I would say for this whole year, really, but it's showing up definitely for this month as well. And if you're having fear about connecting with other people, take this month to clear that fear out and begin to open yourself up, to connecting with new people, forming new relationships, and getting honest with people, getting honest with what you want in your life, who you want in your life, and then knowing that you are worthy and deserving of it. Because remember that self-love, that worthiness, self-worth valuing yourself. All of that is an important theme for this month as well. So I think that as everything, I feel like I could go on forever. I have different guides that are showing up with different messages. So I might do some additional videos with messages from different beings that are just specifically from them. But for now, I will leave it at this. Hopefully this resonates with you. You can leave your comments, any thoughts, questions below. Like I said, you were invited to my group, Sorceress Circle. You can also follow me on Instagram, friend me on Facebook. I'm a little bit picky about my Facebook friends, but if you're a legit person that actually posts on Facebook, then I'm probably going to accept you. It's just sometimes there's been a little bit of scammy stuff going on, so that has made me a little bit more cautious. And of course, I can't be friends with every single person, but you can definitely follow me on Facebook. And if you have any questions, reach out and let me know, or if you would like to work with me in some way, I do have my website linked below as well. And I'm sending you all lots and lots of love. Bye.